Hi, this is Dave with an introduction to VoiceOver for iOS. So VoiceOver is a screen reader which allows blind and visually impaired users such as myself to have full access to iPhones, iPod touches and iPads. And it basically works by placing an extra layer over the interface, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If I tap Safari in the top left of the screen,
Safari.
You'll notice that Safari doesn't open, but VoiceOver tells me that I've tapped Safari, and in that way I can move around the screen and explore by touch to find out what's on the screen.
Utilities folder, downcast, WhatsApp, I've, page 1 of 5, byte SMS, tweet list,
and so on. I can also cycle through the elements on the screen, so if we go back to Safari, and if I swipe right,
Instapaper, settings, App Store,
you'll notice it cycles through the elements in order, and swipe left,
settings,
and it goes back the other direction. If you have sight, you may notice that there is what's called the VoiceOver cursor, which surrounds whichever element VoiceOver is currently focused on. If you want to access that element or press the button, open the app, whatever it may be, you simply double tap. So I want to open settings here. I double tap anywhere on the screen while VoiceOver focus is on settings.
settings.
And settings opens.
Settings.
And the same thing applies here. I can move my finger down through the list of settings.
Airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, on. Personal hotspot, off, button.
Or I can flick right and left.
VPN, carrier, VPN, personal Bluetooth, on, button.
I can also go up and down through the list faster, as a sighted person would use a one-finger swipe to go up and down the list. With VoiceOver, I use a three-finger swipe.
Personal hotspot, rows 9 to 18, rows 18 to 27 of 110, rows 9 to 8, rows 1 to 9 of 110.
So I'm placing three fingers on the screen and swiping up or swiping down to go up or down the list.
Downcast.
The same is true to go through my home screen, so this time I'm placing three fingers on the screen and swiping from right to left to go to my second home screen.
Page 2 of 5, productivity folder,
and the other
14,
direction
page
to go
1 of
back,
5, Safari,
where a sighted user would use a one-finger swipe, of course. So to get into Notification Center, we would put our VoiceOver focus in the status bar at the top.
2051, status bar item.
And again, instead of the one-finger swipe the sighted user uses, we use a three-finger swipe.
Notification Center button.
And Notification Center opens. We can also access
Safari.
Other things in the Notification Center by flicking right and left while we're in the status bar.
2051,
So
status bar item.
Flick to the right.
Orientation locked. Location tracking on. Bluetooth on. 78% battery power.
So you can get all that information, which is obviously very useful. One other thing to mention about VoiceOver is there is something called the rotor. I'll probably do another video on this, but this allows you to have quick access to certain settings or buttons, or to do certain navigations as well on the device. So
words, headings, speech rate, volume, language, characters.
And like I say, I'll do another video on how to access that, how to set that up. But it's a very, very useful device with VoiceOver as well. To turn on VoiceOver then, I'll show you how we do that. So we go to Settings.
Carrier, do not notification, General, button.
General.
Cellular, on, button. Rows 8 to 6, rows 10 to 17, profile, VPN VIP, accessibility, button.
And then Accessibility.
Vision, heading.
And under the Vision heading,
VoiceOver, on.
You've got VoiceOver.
VoiceOver.
And there's your switch.
On. Accessibility, back button.
There's one other thing I would like to show as well, that I would recommend that any VoiceOver user has activated, and that is called Triple Click Home.
Speak selection, off, row 7 to 12 of 15.
So in the accessibility menu near the bottom,
rows 11 to 15 of 15, home click speed, default, assistive touch, physical and guided access, incoming call, choose route for triple click, heading.
There we go, triple click.
Triple click home, VoiceOver, button.
So I have it set to VoiceOver. This may not be done by default.
Triple click, selected, VoiceOver. Invert colors.
So you can set it to other accessibility functions as well. I would always have it set to VoiceOver.
VoiceOver, accessibility, back button. Accessibility, home.
And how that works,
settings.
If I triple tap the home button, or triple press the home button,
VoiceOver off.
and VoiceOver will go off. Press home button 3 times again,
VoiceOver on.
and VoiceOver will be on. Now, if you're setting up a new iPhone, iPad or iPod Touch, you can use that triple click home gesture during the setup process, and VoiceOver will come on automatically. It can also be done under universal access in iTunes if you're setting up a device through iTunes. But if your device is already set up, then go into settings or get somebody to do that for you and turn on VoiceOver. And like I say, make sure you turn on the triple click home feature then. So that's just a quick intro to how VoiceOver works. If any comments or questions, please leave them. Thanks a million.